Have you heard about Anchor? It is the easiest way to start a podcast. Let me explain. It is free and has creation tools to help you record and edit from your phone or computer. Anchor will also distribute your podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and many more. Plus, you can earn money with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to get started. So what are you waiting for? Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Welcome to Get Ready for the Dress. I am your host, Coach J. I am so excited to have you here with me going through this journey. We're going to laugh, cry. We're going to share life experience, have fun in the process. We're going to build a powerful, beautiful sisterhood right here in this safe place where we can share all of life experience, talk about any and everything, whatever dress you may be facing. It could be a marriage, divorce, single parent, loneliness, singleness. I am here as your host. Thank you for joining us. For joining me here at Get Ready for the Dress to talk about your story, your journey in saving your mom's life. So can you share your name, where are you from, what you do in life, your many skills and your passion, and then go right into your story.
So my name is Raya Chason. I was born and raised in Port Arthur, Texas. Currently live in Louisville, Texas, Dallas area. Graduated in 2000 from Lincoln High School. Went on to Prairie View A&M to complete my bachelor's degree in management information systems with a minor in accounting. And then I obtained a master's degree from the University of Texas at Arlington. Currently, I'm a project manager at AT&T, as well as a certified travel agent. Have many specializations and certifications with the travel agency, such as an accredited cruise counselor and a certified cruise counselor, Caribbean specializations. I used to do wedding and event planning, not so much anymore, but that's a skill and something that I do as well. So that's that about me.
Good. Thank you for sharing that.
Yes. So probably as far as high school, I remember my mom said she had a kidney issues, but she didn't know that she would need a kidney. So years passed and she was fine without it. And then one year she went to the doctor and she called. She said, "Yeah, I just left the doctor." And she was crying because she's like, he said, "At some point I'm going to have to go on a dialysis." Well, I always knew in my heart that if she needed a kidney, I was going to give it to her.
Let me ask you this. Let me back up for a second. What caused her to need a kidney? What was the cause?
They never could find out what the cause was because it's not a history in her family or any of that. So they never really knew. She just had like kidney disease. So they could never really find her the cause of it.
Okay.
So even once she started doing testing and stuff for the transplant, they still couldn't find the root cause of it because she didn't have diabetes or none of that stuff.
Oh wow! So when she called you crying and saying she needed a kidney, you knew right then that you would give her a kidney?
Well, I knew, like once she said at some point it would come to that, I already knew that I would do that for her. And so she didn't ask me. She was going to go on the list and wait on a kidney. And so once I went with her, me and my brother and my dad, we went with her to her first appointment. And as soon as we left the appointment, I'm like, yeah, we're going to sign up. We're going to do it. You're not going to wait on a list for years and have to, because she didn't want to do dialysis because she felt like that was going to affect her quality of life. And so once I got back home, my brother and I both contacted the coordinator. We started doing the testing. Me and my brother did the testing together, but he ended up not being able to do it because he had to work. So I proceeded with the testing and was a match. And then we went ahead and did the surgery.
So how long was the process?
So I don't. So we started in 2010, and we scheduled the surgery when we wanted it. So we scheduled the surgery in March of 2011.
Okay. Oh, okay. So a year process.
Yeah, or less, because once you do the testing takes a few months for them to get all that back, because you got to do multiple appointments. And
okay.
So did that, yeah, and then the surgery, I was only down for 2 weeks.
That was gonna be my next question. So how long was your mom down?
So like I got out the hospital like in a couple of days. I stayed off work, I think as long as I can get disability. So like 6 weeks I stayed off of work. And then she was out for a couple months.
Okay.
But she was good though. And it really was fine. The only problem I had was once the surgery is done and the pain meds wore off, I was in a lot of pain and nobody told me about the pain. But I was like, wait, what happened? But it was good.
That's good. So you went through a year process. You were down for 2 weeks, your mom for a few months. What is there any thing you have to worry about now, since it's been since 2011, so it's been like 9 years. I mean, do you have to worry about anything? Are you on any medicines or anything like that from the procedure?
Nope, I don't have any medicines to take. I live a normal life because you can live.
You can live with one kidney. You can. My grandmother did since she was a teenager until she died at 95 with one kidney. I know she couldn't drink tap water, so we always kept bottled water or pure water or water for her because she couldn't drink the tap water, stuff like that. But she lived with it, so yeah. But what about your mom? Is she on any medicine? She has to take medicine?
Yes, she has to take 3 medicines that she has to take for the rest of her life. And she has to take them every day, like consistently. Like if she misses a day, it's okay, but she can't really miss a day because then the kidney will reject.
Oh, really?
So she has medicines that she has to take. It's like 3 that she has to take every day to make sure that the kidney doesn't reject.
So she can't really miss a day, or if she missed a day, does she have to double up? I mean, this is a new process for me. I'm not familiar how this worked, and probably some of my audience are not familiar with this. And you teaching people who may have to do something like this in the future. So when you say she can't miss a day, you can't. I mean, what would?
So like if she misses one day. She won't really have, any ill effects because she still has like medicine running through her system. Okay. But like if we went on a 7-day vacation and she left all her medicine, then she'll come back and probably have some complications because the medicine is out of her system. So she has to take it, and some of it she takes twice a day, but she has to take that medicine every day for her to keep the kidney from rejecting.
And is that normal with anybody? Any kidney transplant?
Kidney transplant. Any transplant patient has to take medicine. Anti-rejection medicine is what they call it.
Educate us, girl. That's good. Dress us. That's good, because I didn't know that. Okay. So your mom how old is your mom?
She'll be 69 this year.
Okay, good. So she's been living with your kidney for 9 years. Do you feel like that is, did you feel different after you did that? Like, I mean, I know the relationship you and your mom so you guys are really close, but did it like bring you closer, or tell me the afterwards, how it changed the relationship.
It may have brought us close. I think she kind of feels like she owes me on some level, but that doesn't bother me because I knew I was going to do what I had to do for my mama. But yeah, we've always been close. It probably did bring us closer, but like she used to buy me anniversary gifts at first because she was like, "Happy anniversary." I'm like, "What you talking about?" And it was for that.
It was for so what month and what day did it take place?
March 6th, 2011.
Okay, cool. March 6th, 2011. Okay, so did you have to go see the doctor afterwards, like for a year or for a length of time?
I had a 1-year follow-up and that was it.
Oh, okay. Good for you. Congratulations on doing that. I would do it in a heartbeat for my mama too. There would be no ends. I'd be mad if I won a match. I'd be like, what? How can I not be a match? I would be mad if I won a match.
And sometimes it is like that people aren't a match, even though they're related. But yeah, so the day they called and said I was a match, I called her at work, and we were so excited about it. Because we had already knew, how we wanted to plan it, how we wanted to do it. We had already worked it out, so
that's good.
We were just waiting.
That's really good. That's awesome. I love stories like this because, especially with a mother and daughter, not to say a father and son, it wouldn't be different, but no one, especially with a mother and daughter who has a really good relationship already, and then you just make it more tighter, because you know how me and my mom is. That's my girl, that's my road dog, that's my partner, just like you and your mom. So I love these stories because you hear so many stories about women and their moms, and I'm like, how can you not get along? How can you not get along with your mom who brought you in this world? Even though, and I know some ladies who are struggling with their relationship because of, the past. So they got to work through that. And that's understandable. We all have stuff we have to work through. That's understandable. But at some point in life, I think as women, mothers and daughters, you have to work through things and forgive each other for the things that, that's keeping you from having that bond. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I get it. That's what, because I'm a firm believer when you're in the house, when you're in your mother's house, she is your mother. But when you, there's a time for the mother role, there's a time for the friend role, and there's a time for the sister role. That's why I always tell my mom and my friends and the ladies I coach. But when you are growing up in your mom's house, she should be the mother. She should be the parent. But when you get out of the house and you start building your own character and who you are and standing in your own belief, then that's when the friendship develop. You know what I mean? That's when the friendship develop. And then when you become an adult past 30 and independent and very mature, that's when the sisterhood come in. That's my philosophy. That's just how I see it.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, because and I see that in you. I see that in other people, but I don't, like I said, I know people that's working towards that. And I think it's good to be worked towards, because in this world we live in now, that's all we have is family. And we have friends that we consider family, but we have to really lean on each other right now. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So tell us what is really unique, other than the kidney you gave to your mom, about you, the relationship and your mom, how the bond started, growing up, because I know there's a history. Because I know you.
Growing up, it was either me and my mama or me and my brother. But in high school, like every teenager, you know, you and your mama get into it, you have that fight, argue because she's not on your side or whatever. But once I got to college, that's when it started, because I would call my mama for everything. Until this day, I talk to my mama every day. Now, when she worked, I would talk to her twice in the day, once in the morning and then once on her way home. But it started in college, and then it just grew from there.
So, because your mom had you later in life, right?
Yeah, because my oldest brother will be 50 next year, so I was unexpected.
Yeah.
And they thought I was a boy.
Yeah. Did they really? Oh, yeah, they thought I was a boy, too. I was supposed to be my dad's boy because I was the second child, and they thought I was a boy, too. But, not. So, because I know you also have a really tight relationship with your dad, too.
Yes.
So, of course, you got to have one. I mean, I ain't gonna say all girls are daddy girls, but majority of the girls are daddy's girls. But you know, you can be a daddy's girl and a mama girl too. So you can do them both, because I'm that person. But I really wanted to hear your story, share your story, because I think it's very important, and it's very good that the love you have to save your mom's life, because like I said, it's heard of, but I hear more of other stories. So I really want you to share your story. Now, tell us something that was fun and different after the procedure.
I don't know, because I still felt like I was normal. So.
No, but with your mom, okay, you're still normal, but I mean, your mom, because I know you guys travel all over the world. I mean, if you do everything with your family.
Yes. I think then after that, we probably just traveled more. Just actually start making sure we do stuff together and just commemorating life, because, again, people wait for years on the list to get a kidney. My uncle died from kidney disease because he was on dialysis. So just value life more. Just we go and have fun. We get together. We laugh and talk.
So you say your uncle was that your mom's brother?
Yes.
So was his kidney disease related to diabetes or something?
I'm not sure. I don't remember what his was related to.
Because then your mom had it and he had it, but they still don't know how.
They may have known how he had it, but I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Okay. So is that something you're concerned about, that it runs in your family?
No.
Like, no?
I'm not.
No one else, like your nieces and nephews, they don't,
nobody's showing.
Reason why I say that. Okay. Well, the reason I said it, because when somebody in the family had cancer, or you have more than one family member with a certain disease, then the family start wanting to do some type of family test to see if it's genetic. You know what I mean? That's why I asked that, because if it's your uncle had it and your mom had it, maybe it's something you got. Maybe it's a family history, but you said there's no trace of it. Okay, that's good. That's good, because that's good. And then that's something you guys don't have to worry about, and unless you run tests or something like that. Okay, good. This good information. This is very helpful. Actually, I feel like I'm getting educated, because like I said, I have family members in my household, like my brother-in-law, he's on dialysis. His sister, they have kidney disease, but it's from diabetes. Diabetes run heavy on their side. But I still didn't know the process of being a donor or and receiving on that end. I didn't understand that process. Because I've never talked to anyone that went through it. I know my niece, before she died, she tested to be a donor for her mom, she tested a match, but she was in a car accident, so she didn't make it to donate for her mom. But and one of the things I do know is they wouldn't give her kidney. They wouldn't give my sister-in-law her kidney because they was like she wasn't next in line, which was, I was like, that tore our family up. That's the most I knew, that's why I feel like I'm getting educated here,
Mm-hmm.
because now she's still on the list, and that's been since 2009 or something, or 10. So she's still on the list. She hadn't been able to get, she's still on the list, so she doesn't have one. So I know the list you can be on the list for how long? Forever?
Yeah, a long time. Mm-hmm.
And that's good that you shortened the list for your mom. She didn't have to wait.
Mm-hmm.
Which is good. Well, is there anything you want to share with my audience about being a donor and just, being a positive light and having a strong relationship, family, valuing family?
What I would say is definitely value your family, because you don't know how long they're going to be here. Make as many memories as you can. Enjoy them, love them. And definitely sign up to be a donor, because if you do die, you can help someone else. Or if you can be a living donor, that helps someone too, because we can live without some of the things and not have any issues, or save someone else.
Well, would you say, okay, since you said definitely be a donor, let me ask you this, because let me tell you, in my head, sometimes we get in our head, would you tell people to put on their driver's license that they're a donor?
Yes, I have it on mine. Mm-hmm.
You do? I had it. Then I took it off because I put it in my living will.
Either way,
to my
as long
family.
as somebody knows that,
Mm-hmm.
they'll do it.
Yeah, like I told my family that I'm a donor, and they know it. But because with all the stuff that's going on now and the way people are leaving this earth, we have been as a family talking about how we want to, not just me and my husband and my mom and my sisters and all of us and my cousins, that we've been talking about how we want people to remember us, and not just remember us, but to how we want them to take us, bury us. So, and one of the things we all had agreed on to each other, to sharing how we want things to take place for us, is to be a donor. And we all of my family members have pretty much said they want to be cremated. So these are the things we have all said, and it's a real conversation, a hard conversation to have, but it's a real conversation to have, because especially with the world we live in right now, you just, you never know. Anyway, you can be here one minute and gone the next, but it's been a very something we've talked about on a regular, which is it's rare, because we never talked about it as nearly as much as we have here within the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, so being a donor is one of them. Donating the parts is, that we can donate. So I just, like I said, I choose to take it off of my driver's license for my own personal stuff that's in my head. But like it's in my living will and in my will to do that. Well, Raya, I appreciate you. Congratulations and thanks for being an example of the way we should be, for our loved ones. And just, I know there's people that donated to people they don't even know, you know what I mean? But just being an example for knowing immediately that if your mom ever needed it, that you were going to be the one to do it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's powerful, because some people will have to think about it. We have to say, I gotta think about that. So yeah, that's really good, and that's powerful, and that's commendable. So thank you for being an example, because you never know who's going to hear this, whose decisions you have helped to, who help make. Somebody may be struggling with this decision right now for a loved one, or So you never know how you're going to impact people. I'm a firm believer that what you do impact people, whether you know it or not. So you never know who's watching you, who's listening to you, who you are being an example for. So I appreciate you being that example. Thank you for listening to this episode on Get Ready for the Dress with Ryer. It was a great conversation. It was a conversation about a mother and a daughter's love. Our mothers are the first relationship we form, the first person we bond with. If you do not have a relationship with your mother, this is the time you want to build one. If you have a relationship, make it stronger. Mothers are amazing. Thank you, guys. Anything or anyone that I could be, and it just wouldn't feel right.